Hey, Salaki, Satan trying to mess around and trying to, cast, try to run me off, but it's all good. Anyways, we're gonna continue to go on. But like I was saying, Snoop Dogg is nothing but a, is more than 50 years old, 51 years old, and still playing around, man. But our people love to play. Speak about the halftime performance, all that bullshit, and people just love to, Jake just love to be entertained, man. You know, as things is going on, as we see Russia and Ukraine is going back and forth, and Vladimir Putin is getting riled up in the spirit, because Most High is stirring them up, man. And our people's, man, but our people's is slow, man. That's what retard means. Read means back and slow. They very slow, man. They're slow. So anyway, we're gonna continue to proclaim this gospel, man. This good news, all right, to the Israelites that want to hear, man. That's coming back to their right state of mind, which are the elect. Okay, let's open up the book of Psalm chapter 81, and it reads, "I am the Yahweh, thy power, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it." Fill it with what? The Holy Spirit, man. The Most High word is as sweet as honey, man. Even sweeter, Okay, we proclaim the name of Yahweh, Yahweh Shah through the Holy Spirit, man. We tell you that your enemy, the so-called white man, who's not white, he's nothing but I call him lobster because he's red, but he's nothing but a base man, nothing but a caveman. Okay, he's going down. That's part of the, that's of the gospel. That's the good news, man. The same people that beat the shit out you will be put down up under you, man. But my people will not hearken to my voice, and Israel will none of me. All right? The reason that Jake is still in the predicament that he's at, because he would not hearken to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. He refused to come under obedience of the Lord, man. Okay? To this very day. Our people are some most stiff-hearted peoples that you will meet, man. All right? The reason that you see a lot of so-called Negroes and so-called Hispanics and so-called Native Americans, being a part of these different denomination of religions, because it was passed down. Especially grandma. Grandma told them to worship white man Jesus, and they did it. All right? And it continued to be passed down, generation after generation. All right? And our peoples just refuse to let it go, man. Okay? We all was a part of some type of different religion before we knew who we were as a peoples, which are Israelites, man, from our respected tribes. So I gave them up unto their own hearts, lust, and they walked it in their own counsels. And that's what you see now, man. Okay? Man's going out of the way of the Lord, man. So if all you day long you thinking about something filthy and something wickedness, and you refuse to come up under the obedience of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, then go ahead. Hey, go ahead. But you will pay. And our people are paying daily, every second, every hour. You getting ripped off, Jake. Every second, every hour, you going through your hell condition. You are not supposed to be up under this damn devil, man. But since you refuse to have it, Yahweh Shah's way, then there you go. All right, you got a wicked people's ruling over you. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked it in my ways. All right, most of our people are a nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, the Americans, and the Spanish. All right, the people that are hated most on this earth are the children of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, people say, well, how do you know that? The Most High, for one thing, the Spirit bears with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh, man. We have to be. Okay, name any other peoples that been through this much oppression, man. All right, it's not even going to add up. Okay, slavery, the bondage. You read throughout the history of Israel. Every time they broke the covenant, what happens? They go into slavery. We just go into slavery just because? No. Why? Because we are the peoples of the Lord, man. I should soon have subdued their enemies and turned my hand against the adversaries. So we came up under obedience, which is going to this topic, of us breaking the covenant and us still, being up under this wicked rulership, all right? And for the ones that's coming back, and for the ones that coming back and, cleaving to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, all right? Only the elect is going to do that. Getting ourselves cleaned up, that grace period. All right, grace period is only for a certain amount of time to get ourselves cleaned up. But stay on topic. This is what this topic, this is what this lesson is going into, man. Of us breaking the covenant and why we in this predicament. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked it in my ways, I should soon have subdued their enemies and turned my hand against their adversaries. But Jake loves the madness, man. Jake in love with Esau. You know, it's beyond Stockholm Syndrome at this point, man. Like I was saying earlier, I was speaking about the Super Bowl. The reason that you see Snoop and Jay-Z and them, you know, and Dr. Dre and them just smiling, having a good time, why? Because they sold out. They did something defiled, man, to get in that to get into that position. You don't just get into that position because of talent alone. Of course, Jake got talent because we the salt of this earth, but that's not gonna cut it with Esau Edom, man. You got to do something wicked, man. You got to do something defiled and just that and abominable. All right, Esau Edom, you know, of course, once again, talent plays a part in it, but he's all about what can you do for him, which is nothing but madness. You know, worshiping different gods and doing all types of sodomite foolishness, man. You know, it's madness. Okay, so that's why you see these people, you know, messing around. Even sports players like LeBron James, man. He's part of the boule, man. You see the tattoos. He got a boule tattoo on his chest, you know. Verse 15: the haters of the Yahweh Bashim al-Shah should have submitted themselves to him, but their time should have endured forever. He should have fed them also with the finest of the wheat and with honey out of the rocks. Should I have satisfied thee? So basically, if we had once again rehearsed the righteous acts and obeyed the Most High's words, all right, then you know everything should have been put back into order, man. But since we continue on in our foolishness, all right, because we all went off, we all had committed sin, we all worthy of death. But once again, we are, but now we know that hey, it's Yahweh Shah's way, or it's no way at all, man. Okay. We're going to continue to flow in the spirit. We'll continue to flow in the spirit of that. Of us breaking the covenant, why we're in this predicament. Okay? And once again, people say, oh, they want, you know, our peoples love to be in the entertainment. They love, you know, to play around, man. You still got Jake still talking about rapping. A couple of days ago, Kodak Black, I think it was a party for the Super Bowl. What happened? He got shot, man. He knows he's an Israelite. He said he was Levi. You know? Come on, man. So, you know, heavy judgments on that man. I remember, about a couple months ago, I'm not sure particularly the month or the day, whatever, but he was talking about lobsters and oysters and, you know, bullshit like that, man. And he knows better, right? Because he knows he's an Israelite. Kendrick Lamar. Now, he don't even mention that anymore. Why? Because, you know, behind the scenes, those small hat peoples, you know, they got to him, man. They whispered in his ear, you know, and that's how it is. You know, that's why you can't serve, as it says, you know, the Most High and Mammon, man. You know, you got to choose one or the other. Okay? Either you're all in with Yahweh Shah or you're not. There's no in between in this thing, man. There's no in between this ministry and this gospel. Okay? Either you're going to proclaim it the whole 100% truth, or you're just going to play around. And playing around is going to get you killed, man. All right? By us playing around has done nothing for us. Okay? The whole nation of Israel, we once again, but before we came to this knowledge, we all were just doing whatever. All right? Let's go into the book of Jeremiah, chapter 11. All right, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 11, and verse 1. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Yahweh, saying, hear ye the words of this covenant, and speak unto the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem. All right, don't say to speak to any other nation because they're not a part of the covenant. They never was. Okay, you got Vocal Malone, you know, keep trying to squeeze in different nations. No, you cannot do it. The Most High only dealt with a certain group of peoples, man. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, man. The 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, that's it. All right, there's no reason for these nations to still be trying to squeeze in themselves, man. Let's go to the book of Psalm, chapter 147, as far as him only dealing with a certain group of peoples. All right, we all know this, but you tend to, you know, throw it out there because Jake, you know, got some new Jakes out here that probably had never heard it, you know. Psalms 147 and verse 19. And it reads, he shewed his word unto Jacob, which is Israel, and statutes, Salaki, he shewed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Yahweh. They don't know the Most High, man. Because the Most High, doesn't deal with them, all right? The reason that you see even the wicked Jake still got like a certain spiritual, you know, aspect about him, you know, our people is always going to be spiritual because you are an Israelite, man, okay? At one point or another, you may have been in your right mind, but now you're not, you know? But you're a lot. But you all come in your lot of just being a retrograde or whatever, man. At one point, you know, we wasn't always, you know, this defiled, man. Because we are chosen peoples. Jeremiah chapter 11 and verse 2 once again. Hear ye the words of this covenant, and speak unto the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem. All right, Jerusalem is a people for his place, the whole tribes, man. And say down to them, thus said the Yahweh, power of Israel. All right, it doesn't say any other, it doesn't say any other power but the power who of Israel, man. All right. Cursed be the man that obeyed not the words of this covenant. All right, the covenant was only given to the nation of Israel, starting with the so-called, you know, Judaites on down to the to Issachar, man. Judah, which is not, you know, really is Yahweh. That's why I said it. It's Yahweh and Issachar, all the way down, man, which is our so-called Negroes. You know, so the letter J was not even in the alphabet until around the, what, 15 to 1400s. So it's Yahweh, really. All right, continuing on, verse 4. Which I command your fathers in the day that I brought them forth out of the land of Egypt from the iron furnace. Meaning what? That hell condition that we was under, man. The bondage, the servitude. All right. You know, so when we see the word hell, it means condition. All right. This is the so-called white man's heaven and our hell, man. Because we are at the bottom. All right. We don't get any rest, any peace in this kingdom, man. Okay. Which I commanded your fathers in the day that I brought them forth out of the land of Egypt from the iron furnace, saying, obey my voice and do them according to all which I command you. So shall ye be my people, and I will be your power. All right. Let's grab the book of Leviticus, chapter 26. Yeah, continue to go into about the hell condition, man. Leviticus chapter 26, and it reads, start at verse 14. But if you will not hearken unto me, and will not do all these commandments, and if ye shall despise my statutes, or if your soul abhor my judgments, so that ye will not do all my commandments, but that ye break my covenant, I also will do this unto you. I will even appoint over you terror, consumption, and a burning ague that shall consume the eyes and cause sorrow of heart. And ye shall sow your seed in vain, for your enemies shall eat it. All right, so we break the law, statutes, commandments. What happens, man? When we're not in tune with our power, with Yahweh Shai, we are in utterly captivity, man. We under subjection, okay? And this is what that hell furnace is, man. Like, this is what that fire furnace is. All right, this is our captivity, man. This is us being in captivity. No other nation can once again stake claim to this, man. Every nation has came to Babylon the Great, aka America, and has risen to the top some type of way. You know, real quick, I make deliveries all the time, and you know I be everywhere, and I see a lot of East Indians, the so-called East Indians, which are Elamites, and I see a lot of you know, Ishmael, which are the so-called Arabs and stuff like. They living good, man. You know, you can tell by their spirit that those are not Jake. Those are actual, you know, Elamites from the deliveries I make. But they living good, man. Okay, they not Edomites, but they came over here and has had a good a portion, a good, you know, out of America, man. You know, everyone has gotten fat off America, man. Every nation, but who? The so-called Negroes, so-called Hispanics, and the so-called Native Americans, man. You Native Americans who are here, look at them now, man. Look at all of the tribes. Look at Judah. He's all the way finished. You know, the so-called Negroes. You know, look at the Hispanics, man. No respect. You know, it just condition that we are in, man. Continuing on. Jeremiah chapter 11, verse 4, once again, which I commanded your fathers in the day that I brought them forth out of the land of Egypt from the iron furnace, saying, obey my voice and do them, according to all which I command you. So shall ye be my people, and I will be your power, that I may perform the oath which I have sworn unto your fathers, to give them a land flowing with milk and honey, as it is this day. Then answered I and said, so be it, O Yahweh, man. So we have been at utterly peace, man, if everything would have stayed decently and in order. You know, Solomon's reign was like 40 years, man. Everything was in order, you know. But then after, you know, that was a little glimpse of the kingdom of heaven. Solomon, if you can receive, which is Yahweh Shai, you know, like that was a glimpse, you know. That was a warm-up. It wasn't, you know, like a little warm-up thing, man. Verse 6, then Yahweh said unto me, proclaim all these words, you know, preaching, in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, saying, hear ye the words of this covenant and do them, man. This is what we're doing now, man. Once again, Jerusalem is a people's before it is a place, you know. Let's read the book of Joel chapter 2 and verse 25, man. The Most High people is only the nation of Israel. Got the book of Joel chapter 2 and verse 25 real quick. And it reads,